Hello, everyone. And now, please welcome Chef Joshua. So, big trend these days is juicing, smoothies, and so I wanted to talk a bit about it today. To start, I want to begin with just bottled water. A lot of people buy bottled water. A lot of you know that that's probably not a good idea, partly for the environment and partly because of the release of some of the plastic into your body. Hormone disruptor, not a good idea. With me so far, yes? So equally then, that would apply to juices in bottled water. Think about it. A lot of people will refuse to have water in plastic, but will live on juice in plastic. Right? Anyone here? Yes. So you want to be careful about that. In addition, sometimes you can get it in glass, but then you look at the ingredients and the amount of sugar that's in it, and it's like, whoa, it's 30. But then it's not 30, it's 30 times 2, 60, and no wonder I feel so good after having juice. It's not the carrot, it's the sugar. So a lot of obstacle course kind of things regarding these foods, and best is to prepare them at home. And when I started 20, 30 years ago, actually 30 years ago, somehow I came through this idea that greens are the most missing food in the modern life. And today, 30 years later, people trying to get their greens in. You know you're having too much green when your skin turns green. But seriously, have you seen people whose hands turn orange from too much carrot juice or squash? You really are what you eat. So being aware of all of that and finding a way to build in juicing and smoothies into your life of that of your clients is very important. In addition, these foods are crowding out other foods that are more difficult to digest and potentially detrimental to the individual. Is it possible to have too much juice or smoothies? Definitely. On the other hand, people have such compromised digestive systems that giving them foods that they can easily assimilate, rapidly assimilate, is a blessing. But like everything, you want to manage the quality and the quantity. So these are 3 kinds of juicers. This is the most common, most inexpensive centrifugal juicer. You're all familiar with it. And this is a slow juicer that grinds the food up more, doesn't insert so much air into the juice. And this is a Norwalk juicer. This is actually ours from home. And this is what we use. It's, costs 10 times. This is about $200. This is about $2,000. But you're going to have it the rest of your life. And the juice that comes out of here is 10 times better for you than the juice that comes out of here. The most complicated part about this juice isn't the price, although the price is a huge inhibiting factor. The most complicated part about this is that it takes a lot longer, a lot more work to figure it all out, and we've had accidents. A lot of times people make the mistake of, well, if I'm juicing, I'm just going to juice for the week or for 3 or 4 days, because who's got time to do all this cleaning? But the value of your juice, think about having a cup of coffee fresh out of the coffee pot and having it 3 days later. It's not that different than having a juice fresh out of the juicer and having it 3 days later or 3 hours later. So it's challenging trying to find your balance. That's why there's so many juice joints out there so that people can get fresh juice. But even then, you want to be able to check and say, well, is it organic? Is it not organic? Like yesterday, there's a juice place and so I went in yesterday, and then I got celery, and I thought to myself, oh, maybe it's not organic celery. And celery is one of the foods I don't eat that's not organic. And so I changed it around. So there's a lot of education and information around this. And I want to make sure we add that increasingly into the curriculum, because people's digestive system is so weak, and people don't have time to cook. So liquid diets are increasingly part of our culture. Okay. I have never used this one. So the simple part is the juicing. The simple part is the juicing it. The unsimple part is the cleaning it. So really important to clean it like right away afterwards is half the work. And so when you have organic, you can just put it through whole. Well, you get the idea. You have to live in the moment, right? One of my favorites is NutriBullet. How many of you have this? So now I'm going to switch persona. Hey, my name is David Wolf. We're going to have the best day ever. Superfoods. And not only that, but I have so much energy. Isn't it great about bio-individuality? Like sometimes, I love and am close with David, and he is heroically influencing millions of people to juice and eat superfood. They don't even know what they're doing, and they're getting healthier. That could be you. Seriously, whatever I figured out, or he figured out, or Janine figured out, we're more like first generation people. Really, Janine is first generation, we're second generation, you're third generation. But there's nothing outside of a glass ceiling that's actually imaginary between you and reaching the level of recognition and influence that we have. It takes simply dedication and intelligence and marketing to be able to get yourself out there, get your book published, and move up that ladder to really national recognition, which really means international recognition. And let me tell you this, the need for eating healthy is much greater than the need for iWatch. iWatch is successful because of its marketing campaigns and the ability to impress people with something that they need. But much deeper down, people want and need and pray for health. And you have an opportunity to understand the marketing of how to do that to reach a much bigger market than the market for the iWatch or even the market for the iPhone. So with these, you are using, I use berries because it's less sweet. I don't put bananas in it, but a lot of times people do. Superfoods, a lot of times people put in protein shakes. And there's such a wide range, and it's really bio-individual. A lot of times people are using store-bought things. A lot of times people are using ingredients from companies that sell peer-to-peer, person-to-person. I'm not really here to vote on what's best for people. Mostly what I'm saying is this is the ultimate fast food. You put it in, like in this case, we've put in some cacao, some blueberries, you put it in, you zing it around, and you take this with you. It's so simple. You open it up, you drink it up. Watch how much energy I have after I drink this. I have a milk mustache. So, superfoods here. Sometimes I use water. A lot of times people will use almond milk or different kinds of milk to give it that milky, smoothie flavor. Sometimes people will put it in yogurt as part of it to get the probiotics. Sometimes people I've seen put in an egg just to increase the protein level. With clients, I'm like, whatever floats your boat. The main thing is, next week, every day, one of these. Usually what happens is people start with too much fruit. But you know, at the beginning, I would criticize them. No, don't do that, dangerous. Then I realized the body knows what to do. And when they were having their sugar from fruit, they were going to be a lot less likely to have their sugar from candy. And just like I figured that out and you figured it out, they themselves will figure it out after a week or a month. They'll either read it somewhere or feel it in their body, or naturally, just like animals evolved, will evolve to figure out not to put so much fruit in it. But with a health coach, that process is accelerated. It's faster. But the main thing is we want to catch them doing something right as opposed to criticizing them for doing something wrong. If you are charging, say, when you do health coaching, I recommend that you have a menu of pricing. In today's world, there are people who can't afford anything and people who can afford everything. So if you have a pricing, say, that is, let's say $100 a month for everything, $600 in total. And that's, so now, say yesterday when you're doing the health coaching session and you come to the end and you say, which program would you like? I have a variety of options. So the $100 program a month will offer you this, this, and this, $200 this, this, and this. People who can afford it always want the best. You know, you show them a $1,000 watch, it's like, well, where's the $5,000? Are you kidding me? Where's the $5,000 watch? And so you want to not be shy to have expensive programs that offers. I know graduates who are live-in health coaches who get paid a lot of money per month just to be, they don't cook. I'm your health coach. And they just give advice to the family, to the children, and to the chef, and they renovate the kitchen and all the ingredients that are in it. And on the other hand, even $100 a month is too much for people, so you offer a group coaching session. You're welcome to join my program. There will be 6 other people in the program. It's $50 a month. And so now you're doing the same thing, but with 6 people in the program. Your actual income per hour is higher, but you're making your program available for less money. Tied into all of this is wheatgrass. How many of you have tried wheatgrass? Let me tell you this, the worse it tastes, the more you need it. You can buy this fresh. If you buy it frozen, it's good for you, not as good as fresh. Personally, I have frozen. I've got like probably 500 things in my freezer, and every day pop out 2, pop in 2, kind of like this. Here we go. And I actually feel better from that than from the smoothie. So you learn that one person's food is another person's poison, and what makes your body and soul happy and healthy is different than your spouse, your children, people next to you, bio-individuality. And you want to find what works best for you. I did good.